Todd Champlin.
Fever.
And the Fever will take a timeout, assuming they called this a shooting foul.
Nalyssa Smith was once a standout player for the Indiana Fever, but now she's been let go, and her surprising actions are causing quite a stir.
Okay, so I have the stuffed chicken breast.
Turn the camera.
Okay.
What's going on with the Fever star? And was it really her clash with Caitlin Clark that led to Indiana letting her go?
Bow, bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow.
Nalyssa Smith's path to the pros wasn't an easy one. Growing up in San Antonio, Texas, she was always a standout player. But behind that fierce game, there was a lot of personal struggle. Raised in a tough neighborhood, Smith faced hardships from a young age. Her father was tough on her, constantly pushing her beyond her limits, while the family dealt with financial challenges. Those early struggles shaped her into a determined competitor, but also led to the fiery, sometimes confrontational personality she's known for. In high school, Smith's performance on the court was impressive, but her aggressive nature started to show. She often clashed with coaches who criticized her and even with teammates who couldn't match her intensity. Every setback seemed to make her more defensive and harder to approach. When she got to Baylor for college, that raw talent finally shone through. She dominated the game, leading her team to win after win, and solidified her reputation as one of the top players in the country. As Nalyssa's skills grew, so did her ego. The same drive that made her a powerhouse on the court also made her hard to get along with. Teammates often described her as distant and cold, especially when things didn't go her way. Don't get me wrong, Nalyssa was an absolute force on the floor, nearly unstoppable as she piled up awards and honors. But with those achievements came a growing list of enemies. The chip on her shoulder got bigger, and so did her attitude problems. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on our cool content. Now, let's address the big issue. Nalyssa, you've always been a dominant player, but your attitude has really held you back. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, your jealousy and bitterness towards Caitlin Clark.
The Indiana Fever select Nalyssa Smith, Baylor University.
Nalyssa Smith, such an incredible career at Baylor, and she becomes the second pick of the 2022 WNBA draft. She'll be at the foundation of what Indiana hopes is a quick...
Instead of focusing on your own performance, it seems like you've made it your mission to fit in with the group in the WNBA that's threatened by Caitlin Clark's rise. Whether it's her skills, her success, or the fact that she's breaking records you never did, it's obvious there's a problem here. Is this a personal vendetta, or are you just trying to align yourself with others who feel intimidated by her talent? Time and time again, you've shown that you're more interested in tearing others down than in improving your own game.
Season.
She also talks about the help of Erica Wheeler.
Yep. Nas Hillman.
And that happened so quickly, but it looked like the left hand of Nas Hillman.
We'll go to the angle. Here's our top angle from the glass.
Now that definitely looked a little bit more like a swinging of the arm. A flailing.
You've been quick to point out issues, sometimes using sharp comments or aggressive play, especially towards Caitlin. It seems like you're trying to prove your place among the top players, but this approach might not be the best way to do that. Instead of focusing on leadership, it often comes across as unnecessary rivalry. Your remarks and on-court behavior toward Caitlin might seem like you're feeling pressured by the attention she's been getting. Additionally, your attitude during games has been a concern. You've had difficulty accepting feedback, and it's clear that sometimes you're not fully open to learning and adapting. When your team needs you, it can feel like you're caught up in other distractions instead of focusing on improving. It's no surprise the Fever made the decision they did. At times, it's felt like your energy has been more focused on competing with others, rather than growing in your own game and career.
That chemistry with last year's Rookie of the Year, Leah Boston. As the rejection comes from Smith, and here comes Clark. Knows she's dangerous in transition. Working hard against Jones. Here's Boston. 8 to shoot.
The truth is, Nalyssa, you have incredible potential, but your focus on undermining Caitlyn instead of working on your own game is holding you back. Fans see it, the league sees it, and it's not a good look. It's time to grow up, let go of the jealousy, and remember why you started playing in the first place. For the love of the game, not to be part of the group that struggles to handle competition.
I would just say, playing with confidence, just giving what the defense gives me, driving, one of my main things was just getting to the basket a lot more this year. And like I said, with such great players, it spreads the floor for me, so I have the opportunity.
Here comes the rookie star who took the WNBA by storm, Caitlin Clark. And it seemed like you just couldn't stand it. Could you, Nalyssa? The spotlight was slipping away from you, and Caitlin's rise only made it worse. Every time she stepped on the court, it felt like a challenge to you. The tension between you two was obvious. Fans noticed the cold stares you give her, or how you refused to help her up after a mistake. It was like you couldn't handle her success, as if Caitlin's rise was somehow a threat to your reputation. But here's the truth. Nalyssa, Caitlyn isn't the problem. It's your own insecurities and ego. You've got the talent, but it's your attitude that's holding you back. Ironically, it seems like you know how to handle things better in your personal life than on the court.
Already back in it.
Nalyssa Smith, an aggressive move as she takes it in.
Now, let's talk about Didi and Carrington. You two were close. Maybe too close. It's no secret in WNBA circles that your relationship wasn't exactly healthy. Carrington often played the role of your enabler, always backing up your bad behavior, pumping you up when what you really needed was someone to help ground you. This friendship may have felt supportive, but it ended up being more harmful than helpful. Instead of lifting each other up in a positive way, it seemed like the partnership just fueled the wrong kind of energy.
If y'all comment one more time on about that damn parlay, please, because I know that's y'all hard-earned money, but I couldn't give two.
You and Didi seem to feed off each other's worst traits, almost like an echo chamber of negativity. Instead of pushing each other to be better players and friends, it often feels like you both get caught up in drama and conflict, whether it's on social media or during games. You're quick to have each other's backs when it comes to stirring up trouble, especially when it involves going after other players like Caitlin Clark.
Pick up the phone and shut them your phone.
Okay, so I have the stuffed chicken breast.
Turn the camera.
Okay, I have the stuffed chicken breast.
What could have been a supportive friendship has turned into a two-person wrecking crew, with you and Didi often teaming up to bring others down rather than build each other up. Didi's outspoken, aggressive nature matches perfectly with your own tendency to stir up conflict, and together, it's created more tension than growth.
Last possession, but Caitlin Clark.
Clark trying to shake free Mabry all over her. Here is Clark. Clark separating, taking, and hitting. Caitlin Clark with a difficult look from deep. Indiana on an 18-3 run as Clark directs traffic. Clark lobbing it in. What a find. And Boston the finish. A delectable dime from Caitlin Clark. Boston, who also has a 15-5-5 game today. Here's Clark. Catch, fire, and connect. Fifth three of the game for Clark.
Instead of being a powerful duo on the court, you and Didi have become known for your shared pettiness. You feed off each other's negativity, making snide remarks and taking cheap shots at rivals, which only adds fuel to the fire and pushes you further away from the rest of the league. Your friendship has turned into a constant cycle of drama. Every time there's a controversy, you're both right in the middle of it. It's clear you found comfort in someone who shares your aversion to responsibility, but in the long run, it's holding you back.
Oh, what kind of dogs do we have? We're gonna show you guys later.
Instead of focusing on improving your game, you've gotten caught up in a negative spiral, trying to fit in with a clique that's more interested in bringing down rising stars like Caitlin Clark than in lifting each other up.
Did not see her last night against the Sparks as Smith. She has a beautiful little one-handed fader right there. Oh, and then the takeaway. Smith. Oh,
This is a grown woman's game today. I mean, the depth. Oh, what a block.
wow.
The depth in the post. It's young, but very talented for Indiana.
Indiana just trying to find their way here offensively after this 2 for 11 starts. Smith open on the perimeter, and she cashes in on a three. Nalyssa Smith, her first second half minutes. Smith with a lot of space to roam. She finds Mitchell. That was kind of her story on Tuesday night. A lot of good looks at the rim. They just weren't going down. Smith got a hand in there, forced the turnover. Good outlet pass, Boston. Can Mitchell track it down? She can. And running, Debbie, that starts on the defensive end.
It's just a good job right here. Nalyssa Smith to get her hands on the basketball and then.
Instead of lifting each other up, your friendship has become about validating each other's worst impulses. It's the kind of relationship that drags you both down, making you seem more like high school bullies than professional athletes, and it's hurting your careers. Fans see it, your coaches see it, and even your teammates see it. Instead of being recognized as leaders, you've become infamous for all the wrong reasons. You've been feeding off each other's energy, but not in a healthy way. Whenever you faced criticism, Dion was right there, stoking the fire and telling you that everyone else was the problem. But this friendship has only fed your delusions and made things worse.
Nelson Adota trying to save it and does. And now Clark comes up with a steal. Clark thought about pulling up from three.
It's clear that some of your most challenging moments occurred when Dion was around, encouraging your behavior. Take the argument during the game against the Sparks, for example. Dion was right there supporting you, even when things weren't going your way. While it may have seemed like loyalty in reality, it may have reinforced a sense of detachment from the situation. Now here we are. The Indiana Fever have made the difficult decision to part ways. You were once seen as the future of the franchise, but it seems that, at times, your actions have become a liability. Fans have different opinions. Some feel the team didn't fully manage your potential, while others believe this is the result of ongoing behavior challenges. Nalyssa Smith's departure from the Fever has been building for a while, with concerns about her attitude gradually coming to a head.